Supreme Court is going to rule 9-0 in favor of affirming birthright citizenship against Donald Trump's executive order. I made that bold prediction minutes into the oral arguments. But before I get into why I believe that and what you need to do for me when I'm proven right tomorrow morning, we need to talk about why Uncle Thomas, Clarence Thomas, was at Capitol Hill and he got busted by MS Now. First, let's watch the MS Now video trailing him after they busted him the day before this landmark major decision comes out. Let's watch that.
I guess so.
Justice Thomas, can we ask who you're meeting with today?
What'd you say?
Can we ask who you're meeting with this afternoon?
What'd you say?
Who are you meeting with this
Oh,
afternoon?
nobody.
You weren't meeting with the speaker, you were in
Oh, God, no.
So what are you doing up here?
Oh, just walking.
No meetings in particular?
Today's decisions and the
I'm
end of the
going
Supreme
to
Court
tell
term?
you about.
Tomorrow's gonna be a big day at the court, huh? Following
Any
the
comment
decisions.
on
Oh,
the
I
end of the
guess
term?
so.
You wanna give us a sneak peek of some of the decisions?
Nope.
Want to answer any of them? Any comment at all?
But you can't tell us why you're up here today, who you're meeting with?
Thank you, sir.
Who are you meeting with, sir? Were you up here for any particular reason?
Okay. First, the reason he was there has to do with my bold prediction. So I don't know which one to do first. Let me do my bold prediction first, and then I'll explain why he's going to be there. And that'll be my second prediction because it'll be 2 in 1. We'll see. And this is why. What Donald Trump is asking in his executive order is to reinterpret the United States Constitution in a manner that has already been reaffirmed by 2 Supreme Courts previously, and it's rock solid. So it's giving the president, who is here every 4 years, perhaps every 8 years, the ability to change and then reinterpret the United States Constitution to meet their ideology, to meet whatever decision, to meet whatever was, their feelings about it, a certain issue, because he's anti-immigration. So he's going to, of course, find a piece of the United States Constitution that fits into his mass immigration plan, and then say, well, because of my policy, because of my interest in immigration, I'm going to reinterpret this whole piece of the United States Constitution differently. That's what he's doing. And if he can do that, and they say he can do that, the next, and even if they say that in as a dissent, meaning like the majority would say, will uphold birthright citizenship, and Clarence Thomas and Alito were to dissent, them dissenting would be a big deal. I mean, meaning like they voting against that. Because what that would be saying essentially is a Democrat president can interpret the Second Amendment to impose strict limits. To say when Second Amendment was created, they were dealing with muskets and cannons. The weapons that are available and accessed by people today that's causing mass destruction is a national security concern, modern-wise. And because of that, I, as a president, am going to interpret the Second Amendment to mean that there was no intent for it to be applied the way it's being applied and used modern times. Because that's what they're essentially saying. If a president can reinterpret the Constitution, despite the fact that numerous courts have been interpreting, the entire nation, lots of people's lives depend on the interpretation it is, whatever, now, he could just go and disrupt that because he just feels like it, because he wants it to match his agenda. That is essentially what they will be greenlighting. And despite them bending backwards and forward on voting rights, bending back and forwards on extending presidential power to, fire any executive agency head, bending back and forth to ignore racism, Brett Kavanaugh, hello, Justice Alito, and the Scrotus Six, bending over backwards to deny what's seen before them. I think they still are, all 9 of them are still beholden to some modicum of standards, some modicum of like what's in the Constitution, because they call themselves strict constructionists or textualists or whatever it is, the term in terms of like, I'm going to interpret the book as it is. And a long time ago, Justice Alito and Thomas were on that wing along with Scalia of being strict constructionists, meaning like we're not going to interpret decisions taking into account what's going on in public, what's going on with, in the legislature, what's going on in pop culture, what's going on, outside of the case that's before us. We're going to take the law and just apply it to the facts, or the law, because the Supreme Court doesn't deal with facts really. We're going to apply it to the law, to what's going on before us in the Constitution or the statute or whatever it is that's related to this case only. And we're not going to look around and see what else going on. Like my case may impact that. That's how they used to be. Clearly, they're not like that anymore. So to the extent that that's their roots, and I've seen them, me personally, I'm a court watcher if you're new here, since for 20 months, I've been monitoring the lawsuits filed against the Trump administration, and those the Trump administration filed against others to give you a sense of calm, take you beyond the headlines. So that's my tagline. I always say that. And if you'd like that, if you're interested in that, follow along. I've been doing this for a little minute. I've grown a little following and group be here. It's been a while since I've made a bold predictions come true. Early on in my career of doing this, like I did a lot and made a lot of predictions, and so I gained a little reputation for myself. I also gained a reputation myself of getting receipts, like for the resistance movement, which I call all of us who are fighting this want to be authoritarian, want to be monarch, want to be, this kleptocracy nonsense that we're dealing with right now. I have been the one to, whenever they say something crazy, go gather my receipts. Because as a person who's been alive for 10 U.S. presidents, I mean, now look at these are filters. Don't let them accuse you. And a person who has 2 law degrees, who's done journalism, who used to be a federal regulatory attorney, been a lot of places, done a lot of things, seen a lot of things, read a lot of opinions in law school and afterwards. And remember having the same moment when the Affordable Health Care Act of Supreme Court decision was coming down, and everyone thought it was going to be overruled. And amongst the people who were watching, I think we were watching the SCOTUS blog at the time, I was one of the people who says that it's going to win, and Chief Justice Roberts is going to be the casting vote that's going to save it. And that's what happened. And I was like, man, I should have bet on that, because it was all the odds. No one thought it was going to win. And just like now, some people are saying they're who don't know, and they're seeing that the Supreme Court's given Donald Trump all he wants, and so they assume, okay, this is the next big thing. So they, and that's reasonable for them to think that. And then you have people who know it's going to be saved, but just don't have confidence Alito and Clarence Thomas will be able to say no to Donald Trump. And I think they will, because they have in the past, on crucial things. On habeas corpus, they said 9-0 for the most part, that you have to give people habeas corpus rights to defend themselves before they remove the country. They said 9-0 that when Kilmar Garcia was sent away, that was a mistake. They need to bring him back. That was 9-0. So they ruled against him, not on a 9-0 unanimous position before, but I think when it has to do with a strict, long-held stand, they know the impact of a decision that would say it's okay to do that on the next term. I don't even know if they're really realizing the interpretation of what's going on, how their decisions to expand executive authority this term is going to impact the right and the conservative wing of the country when there's a Democrat president. I don't know if they realize that. I guess they figure it's going to come back on them and they can flip. Who knows? But as to this one, I think they're going to stay strong. And what I think Clarence Thomas was doing there is that I think they already gave Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's going to come for them. And I think what's going to happen is that's my new bold prediction, is immediately after the case goes down, they're going to introduce something. They have to do something to calm MAGA and use this as a rallying cry, like the SAVE Act, to raise money around it, to reactivate and re-energize the MAGA base and Republican base, and they may find other people. And so this would be the next SAVE Act, which is going to pass, but at least something that they can actually energize their base going into the midterms for. And I think that's what they were strategizing, the 2 cow towers to Trump. Anyway, so that's my prediction. Argue with your mama. I just say, if anyone wins, I want to buy me a cup of coffee and pledge down below if my predictions are right. If both of my predictions are right, buy me 2 cups of coffee. If everyone does that, I'll be good to go. Anyway, one more thing before you go. If anyone wants a quick 15-minute primer on the origins of the United States government, spoken clearly, well articulated, as someone who already watched it said, it's really clear and concise. If you forgot from seventh grade civics class what it is, or if you weren't paying attention, or if you just need a refresher, or if you're not from the United States or didn't grow up here and would like to just get some more context and framing, it's only 15 minutes. It's narrated by my daughter. There's a quiz after it. So the YouTube version of it, I'm going to link here at the end of this video. But I also would like you to go to my website, jjlegal.com / what did I name it? I think, anyway, I'm going to put a link down below because there's a quiz. I think I'm going to link the quiz also. Link the quiz to this video. And I'm also, if you go to the website, the quiz is embedded in it. Oh, go to the website because there's a companion document that you can get. Actually, I'm going to put the companion document here as well. But the website is just like, I like the website, but you can do it here. I'm going to put the companion document. I'm going to put the quiz that you can do after you look at it. And the quiz is going to be actually underneath the video as well. But that's good. And everyone's interested in a voiceover actress. She sounds really great and it's very clear. She'd be interested. She just graduated from high school. She's taking a gap year, but yeah, she can narrate your speech, your book for you, and sound clear and articulate and with good pacing. So I was really proud of her that she lets me take this, which was her high school, it was like a capstone project, and share it with you guys. It could be part of a series. I don't know. If you like it, we can do more of these. She had another thing that she did that I might add on here, but yeah, she gave me permission. She doesn't give me permission to do much, so she's in the other room. I'm scared of her. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks you. Okay, yeah, watch that here and get the links below, and I'll talk to you soon.